Okay, these goal-free problems. I really like these goal-free problems. There isn't a question, it's just how many measurements can you find on this? Now, I'm not sure how I started this, but let's just look at that all by itself. Now, what's the first measurement that jumps to mind? Let's find this angle. Now, you may not have done it in this order, but that's okay. I'm going to find this angle first. So what's that? That's opposite over hypotenuse. That's a sine. So if we look at A, how are we going to find that? We're going to do sine of A equals opposite over hypotenuse. Make sure you know how to use calculator. Shift sine 12 over 13, 67.4 degrees. What are we going to find next? Well, maybe we find this B next. Okay, so angle sum of a triangle, we could use the cos rule, or the cos of B equals 12. But let's use angle sum of a triangle. We know that the triangle equals 180 degrees, so it's 180 minus the 90 minus the 67.4. That gives us B is 22.6. The last thing we could find is this. Now, we could use sine, cos, or tan again. We could use the sine of this is x over 13. We could use Pythagoras. So in this case, if we look at it, this is our x, this is our hypotenuse. So how do we find x? 13 squared minus 12 squared. And here I've done it over here. X squared equals 13 squared minus 12 squared. Do that on the calculator, we get 25. So x equals 5. There's loads of different orders you could do that question in, but that's the beauty of these goal-free problems. You're just finding lots of different measurements, as many as you can find. Let's look at this one. Where would we start here? We've got two sides and an angle here, so we could probably find this angle here using the sine rule. Sine A over 21 equals sine 55 over 18. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find that. How do we do that? Sine A over 21 equals sine 55 over 18. And we bring the 21 across. We're dividing on this side. So when we take it across, we times and we get 21 times sine 55 equals 18. Remember, there's always that extra step with these. We get sine A equals 0.95. So A, we have to press inverse shift, 72.9. So now we know that this is 72.9. Again, we might want to find what this B is. How do we do that? Angle sum of a triangle. So angle sum of a triangle is just going to be 180 minus the 55 minus the 72. So we get this is 52.1. Okay, we still need to find this length. This is probably our last one, but maybe there's one more that I'll throw in as well. How do we find this? That is going to be the cos rule, isn't it? We've got two sides here in the included angle, so we could do x squared equals 18 squared plus 21 squared minus 2 times 18 times 21 times cos 52.1. When we do all that, we get x squared equals 300. Remember, this is not 300. Okay, this is not 300. It couldn't be 300 if this is 18 and 21. There's always that extra step. What do we have to do? Take the square root, and we get 17.3. Nice quick check maybe, because we've done lots of steps. This is 17.3. It's the smallest side. It's opposite the smallest angle. The middle side is opposite the middle angle, and the longest side is opposite the longest or the biggest angle. That is always the case in a triangle. Shortest side opposite the shortest angle. So now we've got this. What's the one last thing? We could find the area of this triangle. I wonder how we could find the area. We now know this is 17.3. We could use half AB sine 55. We could use half 18 times 21 sine 52.1. We could do it in lots of different ways. It doesn't matter. You should get exactly the same answer. So here I'm going to do this is 17.3 because we found that, remember, half of 17.3 times 21 times sine 55 is 148.8, and that would be units squared. And we could maybe have a look. Okay, so this is pretty much not really a right angle, but it'd be half of 17 times 18. It's going to be less than that. It looks as though we've got it right. Okay, Last one, we've got two triangles here in the HSC. They like giving you a question with two triangles. Where are we going to start? We've got more information in this triangle. We've got 3 bits of information. Over here, we've only got 2. So let's start where there's 3. We could probably find this using the cos rule. This squared equals 13 squared plus 16 squared. Yeah, we're going to find A, and it's the cos rule. 13 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 times 13 times 16 times cos 50. So we get A equals 12.6. Once we put that 12.6 in, now we could probably go over to this triangle. We could probably find B. Sine B over 12.6 equals sine 30 over 8. Angle over the side equals angle over the side. So sine B over 12.6 equals sine 30 over 8. How do we do that? We take the 12.6 across and we figure out that B equals 52. So once we've got that this equals 52, I'd probably go down here maybe and find what that angle is. How could we do that? Oh, no, I said we'd find this, C. So let's look, how could we find C? Oh, I don't know how we could find C because we can't really use sine rule. 12.6 over sine 52. What we could do is find this angle first. Okay, so how do we find that angle first? Angle sum of a triangle. We found that this was 98. Then we could have used the sine rule. C over sine 98 equals 8 over sine 30. That would have been nice. I've used the cos rule here. So once we know that this angle down here is 98, I've done C squared equals 12.6 times it, and I've found that C equals 15.8. The important thing to realize with these no-goal questions is that with very little information, you can use a number of different ways to find what you are after. In the HSC, it doesn't matter how we do it and what order we do it in the trial. It doesn't matter what order you do those, but they try to lead you through. But this is about giving you other options. We could have found angles here as well. We could have done lots. That's where I will leave it. I hope that helps. Given a little bit of information, we can find most things about a triangle. Thanks.